there was one spark of hope left.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another installment of the Alienware Awesome Cup. This time I'll be hosting with Oz, my good friend over there. Say hello, Oz.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Oz. I am super excited to be casting this tournament coming from the previous Alienware Awesome Cup.
Oh yes, we've both played in the previous cup and we're super excited to get going on this one. There's a bunch of new things that has been added to make the play more interesting. We have new drafting, new structure, and overall a lot of new things. Oz, can you tell us a bit about more of that?
Absolutely. Let's get straight to the nitty-gritty. We are doing a brand new season-like structure for the system. In the previous Alienware Awesome Cup, we had a qualifier spanning over 2 weekends. There were 2 qualifiers on each weekend, and those qualifiers led to the ending grand finals where teams from each qualifier who finished in the first and second place positions would be competing for those 3 Alienware Alphas this time. But this time we have even more Alienware Alphas to give away, thanks from our sponsor Alienware and Ronimo for putting up the prize money. But back to that season-like structure that we were just discussing before. We are going a season-like structure and a point-based system, meaning that every Saturday these matches will be played and Sunday they will be streamed. And even though your team may not finish in the finals for the qualifiers, you will still accumulate points over that time, and you will still have a chance to be in the grand finals.
That's right.
I do want to talk about this draft system a little bit more because it's definitely something that we haven't seen before. So going straight into the draft system, it's a new system, and it works as such. Each team will get 1 banned character per map. This character for Team 1 and Team 2 will be banned for both teams. Then the teams go into their picks. Now, once Team 1 picks a character, it also acts as a ban for Team 2. So say Team 1 picks a Ayla. That means Team 2 will not be able to use an Ayla. So Team 2 can kind of counteract that and say, okay, well, they chose this Ayla. We need to counteract that. Let's go with a Coco. That also counts as a ban for Team 1. So Team 2 will pick Coco now, and it will count as a ban for Team 1. It's definitely going to add some variety, definitely going to spice things up a bit, and I'm really interested to see how that's going to play into account in these matches.
Yeah, and to top it all off, due to the point structure we were talking about, we have a lot of best of 1 matches. We're no longer switching over to best of 3 midway through. It's only the finals that are going to be best of 3. So we're going to see a lot more intense matches because people know what they're fighting for. So I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to get to these matches. So how about we get on that?
Let's get straight to those matches. Definitely. First up, we have Last Moment versus LosFacillios. LosFacillios. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're
But let's go over these picks. Go ahead, Nada. Take it away.
All right. So we're seeing on Last Moment, we are seeing a Nibs, a Coco, and a Yuri. And they're going to be up against an Ayla, a Froggy, and a Clunk.
And this is going to be played on Ribbit.
Oh yeah, of course, Ribbit.
So let's talk a little bit about Ribbit itself. Ribbit is, in my opinion, one of the best Awesome maps next to Agion. Ribbit has a lot of neutral zones going on in there. You're going to see a lot of battles in that jungle, a lot of mid-control to take those first 2 turrets. Once those first 2 turrets come down, you're definitely going to look for those pushes into the Solar Boss area to take the Solar Boss, get that extra 20 solar, and gain that solar advantage. I think we should get straight into the matches, if I'm not...
I just want to hold up and just slow down your horse here, Oz, because I am spotting a Yuri on this map. Yuri. What do you think? Now, I'm going to give you one guess. What do you think is going to happen, and how much do you think we're going to see it happen?
Yuri's just going to be the monkey, you know? He's definitely going to hold that mid area. He's definitely going to land those mines. He's just going to control it. He's going to set it and forget it. If any of you have ever seen that commercial, they set it and forget it. That's basically the only thing that's going to happen. I'm going to call
this maneuver a firework, because we're going to see people from the bouncer go on, up, and then they explode when they reach the top point. It's going to be beautiful.
The health isn't there, though. That's the only saving grace that they're going to have if they're going through that middle, and Yuri sets it.
All right, you know what? I want to see what happens. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go into it in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so while we're dropping here, I just want to make sure that everyone is aware that with the full drop on Clunk, that is not here because the replay messed up, I'm very sorry. The scoop here, it doesn't really matter though, because the piggy bank only gives you 130, and you need 135 if anyone wants to piggy into boots. So if you don't get the drop absolutely right, you're not going to be able to do that. As you can see, Ayla already, and Coco as well, picked up boots on drop with the piggy bank.
Nice little engagement going on there. You're going to see Coco take a hammer, but there goes Yuri. He's just setting them in, forgetting them, picking up that solar already. It's going to look a little bit difficult for blue. And now one thing that people underestimate on this map is the scoop hammer right down middle. If you get right down there, launch the scoop hammer down mid, that's going to get some nice little control in there, and your team can kind of push in. But the only situation that I can see that counteracting is Yuri. Yuri's going to be a huge crutch for the blue team on this map. Once Yuri gets that control of mid, it's going to be very difficult, and they still have it right now. So we're just going to see a little bit of engagement going on right there. Coco landing the nice ball and just proceeding to just be Coco. Ayla's getting that nice little evil eye going, and Froggy clearing the mines up in top mid, but he manages to get hit by a ball from Coco and forced in to pick up health.
You know what? Something I want to mention about the scoop hammer is that when it is thrown downwards, it actually gets more range, but the damage scales slower.
Really? That's pretty interesting, actually. I haven't really noticed that.
Well, it makes for really good long-distance kills if you don't really know what's going on.
True, and well, it looks like Nibs is going to take a lot of damage right here. A nice little engage. Yuri's going to pick up the first kill and the second kill. Yuri gets the double.
That is beautiful. Oh, the ball.
Force the ball
Ayla
out
is
Fiona.
That is a really good last moment. Really,
and that
is
going to be a team wipe.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh
my gosh.
Team wipe
in. We got a team wipe before 2 minutes. That's pretty good.
There we go, a little bit of a reconnect right now for Nibs. Looks like Yuri's going to go to town on that bottom turret, and they do have a few seconds here. They could push back and potentially get a solar boss.
I actually think they should. They're doing the right thing by keeping up the pressure, and I mean, every turret poke counts. I mean, permanent damage is permanent damage, and the more you chip away, the better it gets.
Exactly, but that's the thing. You know, I don't think that blue is going to progress very far going with the current playstyle that they're going. I think they should really get that blue scoop into that midsection, throw the hammers down, and really start setting that mid up so that they can take it over eventually. It looks like Scoop's going to get a lot of damage on him, but it's going to get back. And no, Carlito lands the ball, taking out Unnamed on the blue.
Ooh. You know what? Froggy should be focusing a lot more on clearing the mines, making sure that they can retake mid, because they're going to need that. Nibs does really well in mid as well, because you can easily bait down, stop up, and make people run into your fire breath just like that.
Exactly, but there's the whole thing. You know, I have to say it again. Yuri's just setting them and forgetting them. That's the whole entire strategy on Ribbit with a Yuri. Get that mid control, just keep setting the mines. No matter what's going to happen, they're going to hit the mines at some point, whether or not they want to take mid or not.
Well, that's, you know, something they can utilize both Scoop and Froggy, actually. Because Scoop, if he builds up HP, he'll be able to tank a lot of it without actually having to worry too much.
So it's going to depend on the scaling of the mines if Yuri decides to go into mines, which he still has base abilities at this point. But I'm just taking a look at the abilities right now. You know, Nibs is one of the newest characters and is the newest character to the Awesome Not scene. And it's really cool to see what kind of gameplay that she is to be utilized.
It's a lot more. It's very Raylan-esque in terms of positioning. You know, you got to make sure you're safe when you throw out your fire. Otherwise, you're really in a bad spot. Especially with a Froggy and a Ayla that also recently got changed. Ayla going down there. Oh right. Yuri and Coco being extremely low, but actually getting out pretty much unharmed.
We're going to see a lot of damage coming out from both teams right here, and it looks like blue team has retaken mid, but let's see how long that's going to last for. Yuri has gone back now, and he is going to pick up flash forward boots and some regen. What do you think that Yuri's trying to do at this point?
Well, he made perfect sense up until regen. They're clearly in the upper hand, and usually regen is something you take when you need to fall back more often. So right now it just seems like really just a gank Yuri with the boots and speed up. I actually think they could benefit more from mine damage or just damage in general. As you can see, Yuri is actually...
Frog's going to be in a bad situation right now. He's taking a lot of damage, forcing the Scoop to come back with about half health. Frog is going to wind up teleporting back, but let's see what they can do with this kind of push going on here. We got Ayla clearing down bottom, getting hit with a ball and push back behind the bottom turret.
You know what? I actually figured out what's going on with the Yuri, I think, and the regen. I think they want to move up for a more aggressive push now that they have the upper hand, and they know that they're not going to be in mid for much longer. So obviously they're going to try to move forward and out of the mid.
Right, now if that Yuri went with a different style of mine build, I would say they're looking for more of a control type of game where they can zone them out into the creep zone once those two turrets are down. But as you said before, he's definitely looking to pick up that flash forward, get themselves into a good position where the Yuri can even initiate at that point.
That is really powerful. When you get damage on Yuri, people underestimate how frequently you can spew out mines, and a good Yuri will know where to place it right in your face.
Or just right in the mid again. One of the two.
He took a mine to the mid. Oh, sad story. All right, so Ayla is actually picking up range on Evil Eye.
There have been actually a lot of changes to Ayla. We're going to see a nice little engagement going down on bottom. Nothing going to come out of it. Ayla getting the clear, but unfortunately, the entirety of red team is up there to counteract that real quick, and Coco landing a nice ball on the Ayla, forcing her back.
And that's actually something I want to talk about a bit here. Like, first off, the entire blue team has piggy bank, which is not a good sign. When you have piggy bank, you really should be playing the aggressive game, and they are pretty much on their back foot right now.
Well, piggy bank can also be one of the most powerful upgrades in the game, in my opinion. That extra solar advantage in the beginning can get you that one upgrade that can be the game changer early on, and it just excels your solar gains so much. That one upgrade can make the difference. Oh, Frog's going to be in a real bad position, dashes into the turret and gets picked up by the Yuri. Yuri seems to be putting in a lot of work as far as the setting and forgetting goes. He's actually in the fray a lot of the time.
That is something that indicates a good Yuri here. Definitely, when you're there is a good Yuri and the passive Yuri, and the passive Yuri is going to sit in one place with the mines and hope people walk into it. This guy does effort to make sure people get into his mines. I like that.
You know, one thing that I was actually speaking about with a few other players was, even if Yuri doesn't land a mine, he still does something beneficial, because he effectively blocks off that zone for damage, and it looks like Jules is going to get picked up. A nice dash.
The droid got the kill, though.
But the dash did most of the damage.
I know, but still, the droid went in and took all the fame. Froggy's going to be devastated from this one. That dash looked really weird. He just dashed a mine and still took damage. What do you know? Alright, we're seeing mines in the mid. If Frog jumps down there, he's going to have a bad day.
Bad day, no, it's going to be a lot of solar loss. But another really interesting thing that we're seeing is now Ayla being played. And I think that's due to a lot of the changes to Ayla in the most previous patches, 2.8 and a nice little engage again! Oh! A nice mine to the face combined with a Nibs orb, and that is going to pick up Ayla.
I think Scoop is going bye-bye.
Scoop does go bye-bye, Carlito hunting him down.
Alright, Frog is now left to defend. He has a good chance of taking out the solar boss if he R-bays the spit there. Doesn't seem like that's the most of his concerns right now, because the turret is effectively...
His concern should be on that bottom turret right now. If you see what's going on down there, we're going to see a lot of damage coming out from Coco and Yuri with both people down. That's going to be a quarter of a turret down before Ayla can even get there.
Oh man, Coco's actually has picked up speed up on Bull, which means that things coming out of her will be out so quick you won't even know what hit you. If she pairs that up with knockback, people will never know what hit them when they fly into those mines.
And it looks like this may be another turret. No, the Nibs is going to get pushed back, and it looks like Ayla is going to try and hunt him down, but Carlito with the save with the Coco, and... man, there is just so much going on in mid right now. Everybody's switching characters, everybody's attacking a different target, and Scoop is going to land the hammer down mid, and it looks like he may be trying to stay in.
That is actually very action-packed, but mid does provide some advantages, and that shows as Red takes the team fight once again.
Looks like Juice is going to try and hunt it down. But, see, one now huge thing that I realize is when turrets are weak, people don't believe they can tank them. If a turret doesn't have a health bar, any character can tank it with full health. So I'd like to see what the monkey did right there. He just kind of went in and took the turret. So it's definitely something that a lot more players should be doing, as opposed to waiting for a droid push. If you think that you can take a turret, if it's got 1 bar of health and you have full health, chances are you take it. And Ayla is going to very low HP from that Nibs fire.
I like what Frog is trying to do with Arbe. He sees that there is going to be a lot of Arbe potential. So he wants to sort of reflect Coco's balls, because they are going to cause trouble all over, especially paired up with the Yuri, as I mentioned before. So he's trying to get rid of that. And also the Arbe does do wonders against a solar boss. So you pretty much get it for free if you go ahead and you Arbe right next to it.
But here we see the Yuri and a nice little engage going on again. Fiona's hunting 3 of them down, but gets pushed back with 3 bars of health. I really want to see this Ayla do well in this match. I think that she can do exponentially well, especially if they catch that Nibs off guard.
Something that I am a bit concerned about is the lack of damage I'm seeing in her build. I feel like what they need right now is more damage to help kill, because that's definitely what they need. And right now we're only seeing utility coming out of Ayla, so I really hope to see some damage coming out of her really soon.
Well, we have Crab Burgers, the range on Evil Eye, and the movement speed while in rage. But I think damage could be a lot more devastating at this point in the match. Froggy taking a Cocoa Ball, but the Hammer will defend her, and a nice attack coming from the Nibs and the Cocoa at the same time, and a nice ball coming out into the mine, and the Scoop almost goes down to that, but it looks like the Frog is going to get taken out by the Time Warp on Yuri.
Oh, no, that's a Fire Breath. That's a Fire
No, I'm talking about the Time Warp itself. The Time Warp secured that kill.
Oh, right, I thought the Time Warp doesn't kill people.
No,
people kill people.
Not at all.
Oh, look at the damage coming out of the Nibs.
That is
holy
exponential.
Oh my god. I'm really if you pay attention to Nibs, when she moves, she leaves a little trail of DOT, something that is really efficient if you know how to use it. You can walk around people and actually add up a lot of damage to your attack just by being there. So Nibs just provides damage for being there, something that they are really doing a good job at utilizing, because they have two blaze trails, both one from Coco and then one from Nibs.
And you also have to remember the no clip on fire, and it looks like Scoop is going to go down to the Nibs fire again. Nibs is just proving to be a menace this match at this point, along with the Yuri.
Watch out for Froggy.
He may be going down.
Oh, Froggy gets out.
Just barely escaping the wrath of Nibs.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be what the chase is going to be called on Nibs. The wrath of Nibs.
Oh, man. Coming soon in a theater near you.
Based on the true story.
True story, indeed. All right, so finally we're seeing damage on Ayla, and that's gonna do wonders. The new damage.
I don't know how that's gonna do though. I mean, if you look at the turret count right now, it's 4-1. So I think that this damage came out a little bit late, but there you go. But you can see the just sheer amount of solar advantage coming out right there. Although she wasn't a 3v1 situation, Ayla's known for her kind of CC and the fact that she can hunt people down with her rage.
Yuri going in for the night. Oh, Froggy gets out. So right now, I think the solar difference is around as big as Dev Bun sandwiches. This is really a tight situation for.
Unfortunately, Frog is going to go down, and this is going to be a lot of damage on the core coming out for Red.
Oh, what are they going to do to?
I don't know how they're going to
Ayla's going to need to do some magic right now.
Right now, because Scoop is going to be pushed back by the ball. And it looks like another kill coming up from the Yuri Mines and the Super Droid. This may be a good game at this point, and that is going to be a good game. Last Moment is going to take the victory on that one.
Oh, but don't you worry. We may see this other team, LosFacillios. Oh my gosh, my Spanish is horrible. But we may see them again in another qualifier, because nothing is lost until every qualifier is played.
Exactly, that point-based system definitely coming into play. But I want to discuss the builds a little bit here. Let's talk about how the Yuri pick on Rivet was definitely a scary pick. But let's talk about how that Ayla did. And I think that Ayla could have went a little bit differently with the build, but I do believe that she was trying to get the chase down. One huge thing that I had in mind was the Scoop Hammer into the Frog Dash, and then the Ayla for the chase. That's what I think they were trying to accomplish there. So I think the Ayla was just getting that movement speed for the chase itself. But with
that was pretty well shut down, because Nibs wants you close. You don't want to chase a Nibs. Coco wants you close, and Yuri definitely wants you close. So they had this entire team that actually did really well countering, and you know, I think that was really good picking and really good playing by Red Team.
You know, both teams definitely wanted to accomplish that win on Rivet quick and secure that win. I definitely feel that Yuri early on, you know, the whole set it and forget it tactic, it definitely played out to the advantage. They controlled that mid for majority of the game, combined it with a Coco and a Nibs for the hunt, and that's not an easy win in my book, but that's a good comp for a good win.
All right. Yes. Well.
That being said, I think we should take a break. I need some drink.
Yes.
It's a little bit early.